Hello world, this is Draken, and today I will just be making a video, mostly just for my guildmates. It'll be me going through the mock battle, which will probably result in quite a few losses for me right now because the current bonus does not favor an evasion team, raising missile attack, and damage. Well, that'll probably get most of my units killed. These two in particular. Agrius will probably live for a little bit. But first up, we'll be going against Saber, who has, as you can see, pretty much a full gunner sharpshooter team. And 2 fire units, so not a great matchup, but let's see how they do play against each other. I'll basically just be running down the list, doing probably like maybe 1 or 2 battles each. I feel like this first one will be pretty one-sided. Against me anyways.
Alright then, here we go.
This will also help me kind of decide my formation for my units, whether I should move Agrius somewhere else.
Well then, shall bringing good tidings. Focus, focus.
Sharpshoot probably begins now. Ooh. Yep, there goes one of my units. And there goes the other one. Yeah, they're not so good at closing the distance on this map. That type bonus fucking did a lot of damage. They still have a lot of AP left. Don't think there's much I can do against that on this map. Oh, I can only do 1 battle at a time here. Okay. Well, I guess if I die, I have to reset it. So for my first time doing the mock battles, let's see how we do against blue. Kinda wish I could set the AI so that like my switcher units would kind of stay back and buff up a bit, and then my Agrius could go in first, but the AI is what it is. All I can do is turn abilities on or off to hopefully influence some of what my guys will do.
Are you captivated, perhaps?
This is nothing.
Were you captivated, perhaps? I won't let you get away.
Huh, this Dwayne is pretty tanky. I gave my Victoria the AP up because she has a pretty low AP gain. So hopefully that makes a difference. And she gets more AP.
I shall eliminate you. You might not make it through this one.
Piercing.
Dance to the death. Accept your fate.
Well, that could have easily went different if my units didn't dodge that one attack. But as long as I'm not up against a sharpshooting team, they do have that chance to dodge. Which, again, is just random. So let's end that mock battle, get back to the fight. We'll do that one over again. I'm pretty sure I won't win against Saber here, so I won't try. Oh, maybe I will try again. Pretty sure I'll lose this. My units could just close the distance and get in there, do at least 1 attack before getting hit, then it wouldn't be an issue, but there's just too much space in between the two for me to get there and do anything before we die.
Alright then, here we go.
And the double type disadvantage does not help any.
I will do it. Focus. Interesting.
Well then, shall we begin?
Bringing good tidings.
Sorry, I was a little careless.
Not going easy on me, huh?
Yeah, exactly like last time. Double sharpshoot takes out any one of my characters.
These are tactics.
All according to plan.
Yeah. Dagrius's large amount of armor doesn't really help her much because they have defense piercing and a lot of missile attack up when they all buff each other. I think my Agrius is sitting at like 30 or 40 armor, but it just doesn't give her enough. Let's try one more against blue here. It would be kind of nice to know what the dodge and hit rates are against some people. Like after a battle was done, if it would have like a little calculator that showed you what their chance to hit you was. That'd be kind of nice. I've mostly found out how dodgy my units are by doing private matches or friendly matches with my friend Saber there, and then just telling each other like what our hit chances are, what our dodge chances are, before and after we use certain abilities, and with different equipment on. So I'm imagining I have a pretty good dodge chance since that's the second time that's worked, where he didn't hit Venera at all. And again, he didn't hit Venera at all.
Now's my chance.
No mercy.
And I do know the disable chance is somewhere between 25 to 35% for most other units if they don't have any resistances. So it happens fairly often. This time my Victoria dodged a little bit too.
Down to the death. Accept your fate.
Soldier class. I had mine set up as that, then I switched to the Thief, just so she could use that Shadow Cast and maybe get more evasion. But I don't really know if I need to. The Soldier class does add a lot of extra attack to her damage. Well, let's end that one, get back in there and go against the third person of our group. I can fight my own team. Yeah, we won't do that. That would basically just whoever can hit the high dodge chance. Well, let's go against JP here. Magic team. Well, one magic. Laciel, who I'm trying to level up so I can get her armor and then hopefully put it on Victoria. Or even Agrius. Either one of those two having that extra AP
I will do it.
would help a lot. Especially for Victoria, she just does not have a huge amount of AP gain.
Well then, shall we begin? Well.
All the AP items in this game are pretty much top tier items where you definitely want them. Well, that didn't go well for her. That's one of his units right out of the way. Of course, Kane has a ridiculous amount of piercing damage. And that stop could have hurt really bad. Dual trigger, checked out another one. Now it depends if Kane hits my Venera or not, and he did. So, that'll most likely mean that I'll lose this one. I think Venera's chance to dodge would be pretty high. If she got a disable, that would have probably gave me the match, but... Random chance. That took out most of its units. His Kane, definitely his strongest. His Medea, if she just stayed back and did something else or buffed somebody instead of running right in, would have at least done some kind of damage. And since there is a lot of members, well, I'll only fight the members that have higher attack and defense set up. There's no point really going against the lower ones here. For sure we know how those will end. Definitely need to get rid of those defense teams that are just set up with the single guys. Those always kind of cost us. Always cost everyone in the team battles. One against him. Let's go against Cedric. That's going to be pretty unfair. Darkayachi, he's been away for a little while. Sure. But it's good to know that I have a couple guild members who they can easily take out my team, or things can easily go either way. Except for against Saber's team, who is just one-sided beatdown on mine.
Well then, shall we begin?
I'm not sure I can be of much use. My turn.
Another strategy I might do to be able to maybe take care of some of their archers is just to re-equip Venera with, instead of the evasion, the movement, because there's no way she can move, but that's only really good against a full sniper team, and I'm not picking those teams out on purpose when I go into the guild battle, so there's not really much of a reason to do that, unless I'm fighting just Saber. And in a real guild fight, you wouldn't be changing things up like that, because your units are set as they are. Dino, he has a good little amount going on. A lot of magic here. But the important thing is it's not sharpshooters, so who knows how it'll go. Then again, Holy is also another problem for the evasion team.
I will do it.
The auto hit abilities. Doesn't help that Holy's a light attack and Venera is a very dark unit.
This should be interesting.
So she takes a lot of extra damage from the Holy. Oh, surefire shot, so that is a guaranteed hit, I bet.
Found my resolve.
But did not do a lot of damage, so it's okay.
We might not make it through this one.
This rain's pretty tanky, but most rains are. Yep, that's what I was hoping. Just close the distance and kill them. Taunting Blade, hate goes up. And just a regular jump. I'm surprised she didn't use like a double shot or something. Probably out of the height range. Venera does have a good amount of damage on her armor cleaver though. And now she'll probably just use a barrage or a shot. Dual trigger.
For his sake, I cannot lose.
Okay. I didn't really dodge anything with Venera there at all. But I lost quite a few units, so in a real guild fight that would definitely make it very hard to win the next 3 stars, unless of course I went down and fought somebody who has just a single single Mont set up. Just have to kick some of those people if they don't set them. They might not be part of the defense team. So I think that's most of the people who are kind of around my level rank. Oh, there's Xerxes too, actually. He has a very similar setup to the last guy. Except for his mustard is still here. He has a lot of good debuffs and a couple good abilities to raise defenses against debuffs, which helps against Agrius's.
I will do it.
Well then.
But you definitely don't see him too often.
Well. So you really...
Oh, she actually stayed back and used an ability instead of ran forward. That's good. Might also depend where you place your characters. They might run forward or run back, depending.
I think I might have found my
Looks like
resolve.
Venera's going in on her own, which is definitely not good.
Were you captivated, perhaps?
Yeah, units that aren't built for accuracy definitely don't do good against Venera. Ooh, that hurts when that hits though. She is disabled, so it could go very badly for her. Unless my Agrius went straight ahead. Just... Well, good job, Agrius. And now it's a disabled versus disabled and an Agrius. So these fights can change very easily depending on if you land that debuff or don't land the debuff.
Oh my. It seems
I know I've
we
had
won.
matches where if I had just landed one debuff, it would have changed the whole fight. But unfortunately, those are the times it tends not to work out for you, because that's how random chance is. So, believing that's most of the people in this. I do like her. I like her a lot. Oh, this person's all level 99s at least. Not bad stats. We'll go against them.
I will do it.
Yeah, my Agrius has max faith too, so she does. Her status effects kind of happen more often.
Protect everyone. Sorry.
Doesn't mean she'll take more damage from magic, but
Let's go.
she tends not to do too bad against magic most of the time anyways. Just because she does have that higher spirit to start with.
I think I might have
Really
found my
dislike how my
resolve.
Victoria isn't just kind of running alongside there too. Kind of following up behind in a nice line.
Leave the rest to me.
Against certain parties, that means three of them would just take out my one person. Three of them would take out my next person.
Were you captivated, perhaps?
Yeah, his hit chance is probably super low just because he's a tank. And he doesn't have like an accuracy attack weapon.
I won't let you get away.
I shall eliminate you.
Very tanky guys. Mont can soak up a
Were
lot
you
of damage.
captivated, perhaps? Dance to the death. Accept your fate.
Oh my. It seems we've won.
Yeah, he's a really strong tank. But a tank alone normally won't win the fight when there's still a full party anyways. Sid. Oh, I don't like Sids. Just has so many little buffs. It just seems silly. But I mean, he's not top tier like the other units that have just been released are right now. But I would not be surprised if they gave him another buff or another piece of armor that just made him relevant in the top tier competition. They seem to really give him good items quite often. Oh, level 60s. I think that's everyone. Oh, no, there's Lions. His pure magic team. Might as well do one against him too. Oh, I'm doing one that from the last one, so I guess they'll have different amounts of abilities left.
I'm not sure I can be of much use, but I will do my best.
I guess the AP carries over though, so sometimes
Shall we begin?
Can you keep up?
for other two units that I have would be even better off. I'll take that trade off with a little bit of hit point. Ayakas are one of my least favorite to go against. Just because they have a large heal, full life, and you know, they can use their super heal. But that's what Victoria is for. She was specifically included into this formation to take out any Ayaka I go against. I haven't seen an Ayaka that my Victoria hasn't been able to kill in one hit yet, so that makes me pretty happy. The type bonus is huge. So he was at a double disadvantage for my team of 2 ice units, he had 2 wind units. So that one probably won't change. Can you just keep doing the... oh no. Limit of the 2 attacks just like before. Well, that is going to be my mock battle guild fight video. So, I see a couple things that I might be able to change to maybe make my units a little bit stronger. Mostly I just have to make sure I don't fight, you know, 3 fucking units that have sharpshoot. Especially on a map that boosts sharpshoot and the accuracy they have. Because this one is just a terrible one. If it didn't have this center part and I could close the distance, then it might not be an issue because, you know, sharpshooters are just as squishy as my evade units. Victoria, she's not so much of an evade unit, but she just does more damage than my Katone currently does. So that's why I ended up switching her out. I mean, I do have this ribbon on her, so this kind of gives her some dodge. 15 evade, and then I believe 5 more from this. It's only a +4. If it was a +5, that would be a much nicer bonus. But to get a +5, I basically need to make a whole nother +4, and I don't quite have that much. Venera does have this hat, which is a must-have if you are doing dodge, just because it gives the evasion up 8 and 19 evade here. It's a huge amount of evasion. And then of course for evade teams, you definitely want Secrets of the Heart. This currently is the only vision card that I have maxed out, but that 35% luck up is really good. This was really good on Katone just because it gave her an extra 10 damage, but I didn't have a +5 weapon for her, and I had a +4 version that didn't have a whole lot of attack stat on it because it wasn't fully maxed out. And for Victoria, she does have the Ice Lance +4 right now with a good chunk of attack, and the ice attack up 30 makes up for the fact that it's not a +5 version yet. Which, you know, that's basically like Sid's sword. It's a pretty stupid amount of extra because every single attack you have is going to be of your element besides your basic attack. And as for my nice little Agrias, I threw this on her just so she can have that extra little movement to try to close the distance and keep up with other people. However, kind of does have that negative Effective decreases your chance of being targeted. I might move that and switch it out for something else. I'm not quite sure yet, but maybe I'll just throw in, you know, a lion's emblem or something to increase everyone else's speed. And she might get left behind, but then she's not counteracting her own vision card, right? Alright. Well, until next time, guys.